Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio, so today I'm going to be showing you the news. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a little while since we had a little news catch-up video, but today, oh, ladies and gentlemen, today it is absolutely needed. We have got news to catch up on, and catch up on news we absolutely shall. Big bits of news like the release of a new set, as you should know by now, these get their own video. So when the new set was revealed, we did a video about it. And when the list for Dragonstorm was leaked, we did a video about it. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it's everything else. A little bits of news that haven't had their own video, but let's be clear about this. You need to know this stuff because remember my rule, my aim. I want to make sure you guys watching know everything about the Pokemon trading card game. So let's get started with the news that we are getting a Forbidden Light Elite Trainer Box. This comes from PTCGRadio.com. I mean, it's been reported many places, but when I googled to find the information for this video, they're the ones I found. Now, nothing in here is particularly unusual. It is going to be about $40. You're going to get 65 card sleeves. Always nice to get 65, of course, because we play with 60 card decks. It's nice to have a couple of spares. 45 energy cards. That's nice because it helps newer players get the energy. And if you buy any of these and you've got plenty of energy, do consider donating to newer players. That's what I do with some of my old energy, so you know, that would be nice. Getting 6 damage counter dice, 1 competition legal coin flip die, 8 booster packs, a player's guide, 2 Forbidden Light, 2 acrylic condition markers, 1 for poison, 1 for burn, and an acrylic GX marker, a collector's box, and a code card. No exclusive promos here, so with these Elite Trainer boxes, it's really quite simple. If you want to get a bunch of booster packs, and some little acrylic markers and some energy cards, these are brilliant. If not, there's plenty of other products on the market, there's plenty of other ways to get booster packs, but especially newer players, I cannot recommend this highly enough for newer players. It really is very useful indeed for those people. And as I'm looking here, actually, Autobot Tester on Twitter has got a picture of this, so that's pretty gosh darn cool, ladies and gentlemen. We're also getting a mini binder. Of course, it's got Ultra Necrozma on it. Why would it have anybody but Ultra Necrozma on it? That wouldn't make a huge amount of sense. I'm not a huge fan of these mini binders personally, but if you want a mini binder that can hold 1 card each, here you go. I say Autobot Tesla, it was actually at Immunity who actually leaked them. It's just retweeted by Autobot Tesla. Now, we also have images of the booster box with some of the packs, and we're going to be getting booster pack images of Naganadel, I think Naganadel actually. I think that's what we're going with, and Ultra Necrozma. Now, of course, that shouldn't surprise us. We know we're getting Ultra Necrozma in the set. We know we're getting Naganadel in the set. So it stands to reason they will be on the packet. Of course, both of these Pokemon are actually debuting in Forbidden Light. So that's actually, you know, it makes sense. It really does make sense to have them on there. In terms of the other booster pack images, I don't believe they've been revealed yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be some GXs that are going to be in the set. Might I suggest Greninja GX? Greninja could make it onto the packs. I don't have any inside knowledge, but that would be one of my guesses. And in slightly bigger news, we know what the theme decks are going to be. They are going to be Alolan Executor, and they are going to be Lycanroc Dusk form. Now, in Ultra Prism, we were very lucky because the theme decks were Garchomp and Empoleon. I'm willing to say the 2 best non-GX Pokemon in that entire set. Now, these Pokemon aren't terrible. We'll go through them very quickly in a moment, but you've got to have Dusk form Lycanroc on the front of one of these boxes. It's got to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really quite simple. It is debuting in this set. It's Lycanroc, which is a fairly popular Pokemon. We couldn't have a situation where it wasn't pushed in some kind of product. You can't blame Pokemon for this. This makes perfect sense, and if I were making the decisions, I'm not, sadly, but if I was, I would do the exact same thing. It makes way too much sense not to. So having a quick look at these cards that are going to be in these theme decks, and of course, you know, you get the exclusive holo version in the theme deck. We don't have lists. When the theme deck lists are revealed, I will do a video about that, as I always do. Now, this Lycanroc, it's actually quite nice. It's got Dangerous Rogue for a fighting and a colorless, 20 damage, plus 20 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's like a mini version of Lycanroc GX's Dangerous Rogue GX, which of course shouldn't particularly surprise you because it's Dangerous Rogue and Dangerous Rogue GX. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about this Pokemon, but it's essentially a Zoroark counter, but until rotation, you might be better off playing Sudowoodo from Breakpoint, but it's a good card that should see play. It is coming out as one of our pre-release promos, so I will pop a link to that video in the description. I've also done a video about it. I'll pop a link to that video in the description. And quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I need to give you another huge rundown of this card. I've given you a couple of rundowns, and I think for the time being that will probably be enough. As for the Alolan Executor, this is one that's got a little bit of potential. It, for a single grass energy, does 20 damage plus 20 more for each type of basic energy in your discard. Now, if that's all it said, it would be absolutely amazing, but there is a cap saying that you cannot add more than 100 damage in this way, meaning you really max out at 120, which is not ideal. Doesn't make it a bad card, and it is for 1 energy on a stage 1 single prize Pokemon. So there's plenty to like about this, but it's not the all-encompassing amazing card it maybe could have been, but quite nice to use as a bit of a tech regardless. Now, the next piece of news is just more proof that Pokemon are listening to us and Pokemon are being nice to us, because it turns out that one of the free pack Blister promos for this set is going to be Garbodor. Now, we probably should have seen this coming, and also shout out to 365games.co.uk who put it up for pre-order, and from where I got the image. And it was a booster box promo in Japan. These booster box promos tend to come out over here as Blister promos, and that's exactly what's happened here. Although, how unfair is it that Japan gets a promo when they buy a booster box? It's a good card. It's the Trash-a-Lanch Garbodor. It's a card which has seen a huge amount of play, and as I've contended on many an occasion, will always see a huge amount of play, unless we deliberately start building our decks to stop it, in which case it's not seeing play, because the format is deliberately trying to counter it. That doesn't make it a bad card, ladies and gentlemen. That, in fact, makes it a very good card indeed. So just to be clear, there is nothing bad about this. Yeah? It's still great. And the only way it will ever not see play is if people are actively trying to counter it. I'm a big fan of this Garbodor, and I know it was only a rare in Guardians Rising, so I know a whole bunch of you have already got this, but that's okay. I don't think any of us can be upset that we're getting an easier way to find cool new promo cards. And the last piece of news that we're going to pop on the end here concerns a bunch of product that is going to come out in Japan, which I don't think is going to come out over here. It's a GX starter deck, and there are 9 variations, 1 for each type of energy. Dragon doesn't count because there is no basic energy. And it seems very much like you are going to be getting, because look at the picture, a GX with each of these, given, of course, that they're called GX starter decks. Now, Autobot Tesla has told us which ones we're getting, and, well, you'll see they've all either come out or will have come out by the time this releases. There's no Pokemon here that we don't have a GX for that make me think a new one's going to be revealed. We got Charizard, Lurantis, Lapras, Raichu, Mewtwo, Lycanroc, and Metagross, all of which we've had over here, and then Yveltal and Xerneas, which will be coming out here fairly soon in May. So there aren't any new GXs coming in here. Now I suppose all 9 of them could be getting a second GX, but I would find that incredibly unlikely. Although the reason we mention it in this video, partly because it's kind of cool to know, and partly it's just another reason to sit here and be jealous of Japan and just be like, how come they get this set where they can just go out and buy GXs? Now, to be fair, none of them are amazing, but, you know, it's good to go buy these sets with GXs in. Now, I know we get our tins, but I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that's quite good enough. But hey-ho, you cannot have it all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the news. That is what you need to know for the time being. Lots of exciting stuff happening, lots of cool stuff going down, lots of cool new products and Pokemon giving us these cards that we like. And yes, I know the theme decks aren't quite as good as they were back in Ultra Prism, but they're still pretty funky, and I don't think we can be particularly sad about it. Although whether you're happy, sad, or indifferent, I would very much like to hear from you in the comment section, so go nuts, but be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWossy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and so on, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. And check out Wossy Plays, because we're starting to do stuff like Dragon Ball Super. It's fun. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.